Hi everyone, it's Nicole and welcome back to a video a day for the entire month of July. Now this is going to be another layout that I made using those page kits that I put together. Now this page kit was to me it looked very much like an outdoorsy kind of page kit, so I decided to use those four by four photos. Now when I go get my pictures printed, I choose some of them that are going to be, your regular 4 by 6. I choose some of them that are going to be 4 by 4. And then I usually throw, maybe 5 or 6 of them that are 5 by 7. And then it just makes it so that it changes, obviously, the size of the photos. But what it does is that when you start putting the page together, then it kind of changes your layout for you. So depending, if I would have just taken 2 photos, then it would have been a strip 4 by 8, or I could put one on top of the other. And by doing this way, I get a square that is 8 by 8, and then I kind of play on that. I matted the whole thing on some brown cardstock. My background is a wood grain. And then I took the other pattern paper that was within this page kit, and it was little polka dots. And I cut that down to 10 by 10. So I like having, I call it like the bullseye effect, because you start with, in this case it's 8 by 8, and then it goes up to 10 by 10, and then 12 by 12. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll make the pictures smaller and start off with a 6 by 6 block and then go on from there. Now you can take those blocks and put them square, straight on the page within each other. Or what you can also do, just to change it up a little bit, is offset them. That is also, so again, using the same page sketch, you can create several layouts that are going to look totally different. And it also helps, like when I go to a crop, I've mentioned that before, but I have like set layouts that I'll always start with, because I find it a little almost intimidating, having that many people there. And it's funny because a lot of people will say, I didn't think that would affect you the way it does, but it does. Even though I'm on YouTube and I kind of put myself out there in socially events, it can really cause me quite a bit of anxiety when there's quite a bit of people. So when I first get there, I find that just doing, my regular pages, starting with that, moving on from there, and usually I can get beyond that, right? Like I can be okay and then create pages and be okay at a weekend. Now, once in a while, like on June 9th, when I went to that day crop, it's too much. Like I need to step away and just leave, and it's okay. Like I just know that about myself, and it's just, I was never like that. It just started in the recent years, and I know it's because of the job that I have and everything, but it's all good. Getting much, much better. A few years ago, I couldn't even go in a grocery store. Like for about 8 years, my husband did all the groceries, because going in to a grocery store was just way too much. Like it was almost too overwhelming. And, in the last probably year and a half, I'm able to go into grocery stores now. Now, if it gets super crazy, normally I'm like, okay, we got to get out of here. Or if it gets super loud, like there was one time we were at Costco that I remember, and their alarm went off, and it just wasn't shutting off. And I was like, okay. I said to my husband, he was looking at me, and I'm like, if it doesn't stop in the next minute or so, I'm going to need to leave, because and text me when it's done kind of thing. I'll go outside the store and text me when it's done, because it was just like grinding on my nerves. And I think that's because where I work, there is like people that come in just can't believe how many bings and bongs and dee-doo and so many noises all the time. And I think when I'm out of that environment, I just cannot deal any kind of loud noises. But like I said, it's getting better. So sometimes if you notice that, I'm away from YouTube and all social media, that's the kind of stuff that I'm kind of battling with. But anyway, let's get back to this layout. So I got 4 photos. This was the campground that we took Mason to last summer. It's called Yogi Bear Campground. It is an amazing campground. And I don't know if you can tell there, but there's a little picture of Mason, and look at that facial expression on him. He was not impressed. It was like 7:30 or 8 o'clock at night, and all day, I mean, you're camping, so you're next to each other, and there's all kinds of kids, and we let him play with the kids, and we'd say you can't go any further than that. We could see him and all this stuff. Well, come around this time, it was like, okay, if we're going to start a fire, we got to do it now, and we're going to make some s'mores, and then it's time, shortly, do a campfire for an hour and a half, and then it's like, okay, then we're going to have to start getting you ready for bed, like a shower and get all ready for bed. Well, he wanted to keep playing, so he wasn't too happy, but it didn't last long, a couple minutes, and then he was good once the fire started and we started making s'mores, so it was all good. So we are going back to this campground very shortly, so I can't wait to go back again, and this time we're staying 4 nights instead of just 2, so it should be a lot of fun. Now I did use some distress ink, and I inked the edges of all the pattern papers, and especially that journaling card, because it was a Project Life card and it was super white and everything else on my layout was kind of creamish. I did take some ink and I did the edges and even the inside of the card. Now, once I did, I got to the part where I was going to do my journaling, I looked, and there wasn't, because of the design, there wasn't a lot of space to do the journaling on the card. So one of my favorite, or on the page, so one of my favorite ways to add journaling is just to create a little box, a little shadow box in the back of my layout. I just take some 3D foam and create a little box, and then I just take some scrap, either pattern paper or some cardstock, whatever I have left over, and I stick it over top, and it creates a little box. Like even this one here, it wasn't wide enough, and I'm just going to make 2 strips of it, and that's all good because it's in the back of the layout, so it doesn't really show. And to put it at the height that I want it so that it sticks out, however far, I flip the page over, and then I look at the front and see how much of the card is showing, and then I take a pen and draw the card out, and then that way I put my foam tape exactly where I need it to be, and that once I make my pocket, that the little card doesn't totally disappear. Now, I mentioned at the beginning of the video that this was a video a day for the entire month of July. Now, I have quite a bit of the month already filled out, with different things that I'm going to post every day, but I have a few spots that I'm not sure what I want to put up. So if you have any requests, now I have to say I probably won't be able to get to all of them, but at least I can get to some of them. Put them in the description box below, and if it's something that I can do a layout for or a video about, I certainly will try. I just thought it would be fun to get your input to see what kind of videos you would like to see. Now, as you saw, I covered my photo, added some ink mist. There's not a lot of embellishments left, but I do pick it up and I keep it in a baggie, like the same 13 by 15 baggie that I put each of the page kits in, and then I can use those in for future layouts. When I make page kits, I can use the leftovers on a different layout. So that's it. That's going to complete this layout. And if you're enjoying these videos, if you wouldn't mind, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, and I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.